Hills leader of the official opposition NDP, and I'm pleased to be joined by some incredible young people who are going to share their stories in just a moment. I'm also joined by my awesome NDP colleagues, Jessica Bell, MPP for University Rosedale, Kristen Wong-Tam, MPP for Toronto Centre, and Catherine Fife, MPP for Waterloo. I want to get right to the point. Doug Ford is a jobs disaster, and he is leaving Ontario's next generation behind. After 8 years of this premier, nearly 1 in 5 young Ontarians can't find a job. Ontario's latest numbers tell a very dismal story about what's in store for the next generation. A 17.7% youth unemployment rate is not normal. In fact, it is more than 10 points higher than Ontario's overall unemployment rate of 7.5%. And all this comes at a time when life has never been more unaffordable in our province, particularly for the young people who are just trying to get ahead. Doug Ford voted against our ban on surveillance pricing. He's allowed wealthy corporate landlords to price young people out of the housing market. And of course, he's cutting their OSAP, handing them a lifetime of a debt sentence just to get an education. Young people in Ontario are doing everything right. The ones who are lucky enough to have a job work hard. The ones who don't have a job are leaving no stone unturned trying to find one. They're trying to save their future. They're trying to save for their future, while they have to stretch a dollar as far as it goes just to make ends meet. And when they ask the Premier for help, what are they met with? Condescension. Work harder, he says. Invest in your future, he says. Well, Premier, it is your job to invest in Ontario's next generation. If you don't want to come up with a plan, New Democrats will. Today, we are introducing our opposition motion, one that's going to create a youth summer jobs plan. If they want one, this bill would guarantee any Ontarian under 30 6 to 12 weeks at a paid job, a paid training and placement pathway, or a subsidized employer placement with supports for certification and licensing. Doug Ford has had 8 years to come up with a jobs plan. We're tired of waiting. We've done the work for the Conservatives, and we have built a pathway for Ontario's youth to get ahead. Premier, if you want to prove that you care about Ontario's young people, then do the right thing. Vote yes, and let's give our youth a helping hand so we can all build a better province and a better future for everyone. Thank you, and I'm really pleased to be able to pass this over now to Madeline, who's a grade 12 student. Go ahead, Madeline. Here. Do I start? Yeah, you just
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Madeline, and I'm a grade 12 student. Today I came to Queen's Park because I am deeply concerned about the future for young people in Ontario. As a young person myself, it has been hard for my peers and I to find employment opportunities. And this isn't just a coincidence, but a widespread issue that young people across Ontario are facing. In Ontario, the youth employment rate is 17.7%, substantially higher than the national average. On top of that, young people live in an increasingly unaffordable province, where the government prioritizes the interests of the very wealthy few at the expense of everyday working people, which has led to additional financial burdens. We have a government that refuses to hold corporations accountable by allowing the costs of daily necessities to continue to skyrocket through the use of predatory surveillance pricing. A government that attacks tenants, putting them at greater risk of homelessness in the midst of a housing crisis, as seen in Bill 60. A government that wants the average young person to bear unsustainable levels of student debt by cutting OSAP and lifting the cap on tuition. I heard from a high school student who had to abandon her aspiration to attend medical school because the 85% of grants from OSAP, which she had hoped to rely on, are no longer available. Not only is this government making it harder for young people to pursue a career of their choice, but the government doesn't even have a plan to help young people secure a better future. A university student shared that although she had already graduated with a bachelor's degree in science, she had to return to university to obtain a second degree because she was unable to find a job. It is devastating to see that this is a government that puts profit over people, and clearly young people are overwhelmed and frustrated. I implore the government to actually listen to the concerns of young people and to take meaningful measures to combat youth unemployment. Thank you.
welcome. Thank you. Want to go next? All right. Here, come here.
Good morning. My name is Amanmeet Singh, and I'm a union representative with UFCW Canada Local 1006A. I'm here today because the next generation is being left behind. We have been speaking with many young workers within our union during our meetings at stewards conferences or young workers committees, and the one thing that they've talked about is that the union jobs they are currently working were meant for them to get through school and then focus on their careers after by utilizing their diplomas and degrees. But unfortunately, those are not being used for the purposes that they were obtained. There are no opportunities for them. Thousands of dollars are being spent on this said education that young people are struggling to utilize, especially our membership. Along with this, multiple jobs are needed to make ends meet. Folks are picking up precarious gig work such as food and package delivery jobs, which mostly are short-term, unreliable, and lack job security, which also come with no benefits but are definitely needed to make their ends meet. The cost of rent and the cost of high grocery prices are not affordable, and the Ford government has declined wanting to investigate the high food prices and voted against reducing them. Long-term unemployment is also on the rise, and it's not looking good for the next generation. The cost of living is definitely unaffordable for young workers struggling to become independent, move out on their phone, and get their feet wet. Premier Ford has told young people to invest in their future, but my question is, why isn't the government invested in the Ontario of tomorrow? Thank you.
Thank you. David?
Hello, I'm David Coker. I'm a recent graduate from Carleton University. I graduated last year, and since I've put in numerous resumes, had multiple interviews, written countless cover letters, and I still haven't been able to find anything. I ended up going back to school, gaining further student debt exacerbated by Doug Ford's OSAP cuts, because it absurdly made more financial sense than continuing to look for a full-time job with none in sight. I want to contribute to a province and a country that has given me so much, and yet doors keep closing for myself and people of my generation. We're being pushed out of our homes when they need us the most. My roommate last year, after graduating with a master's in economics, had to leave the province, sleeping on his friend's floor to work for an unpaid internship in Quebec so he could get any kind of experience. In a time of crisis, we're losing our best and brightest.
Thank you so much, David. All right, well, thank you very much. And that was that I think makes the point that we had made. Just going to start by saying before we go to questions that, you know, really this is always about priorities. This is a question of priorities. If the Premier wasn't spending and wasting so much money on things like his private luxury jet or the Therma Spa or any of these things, you know, there'd be a lot more to work with here. And I got to tell you, I want to really give a big shout out to First Work, who are employment service organizations. Thank you very much for being here today, because just a few weeks ago when First Work came to Queen's Park for their annual lobby, we talked about the need to put in place a program like this immediately. And I do want to say, because I know we're going to get questions like this, you know, what would it take to make this happen for this summer? And it's pretty clear they're ready to go. We could make this happen right away. And so we really are challenging the government. Let's get moving. Let's give Ontario's youth an opportunity this summer to have the job experience, to earn some money. And this is a way that government can actually, put their mark out there and support young people in the next generation. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Have you had any feedback yet from the government on whether they're going to be supportive of any of this?
No, we have not heard yet. I think, this afternoon we'll be debating it, and I'm looking forward to hearing the government members' debate response. I can't understand, or I can't see a reason why they wouldn't support this. I think that we all recognize, one thing I know that we all recognize is that young people are struggling today. And while the Premier's approach up until now has been very dismissive and frankly condescending to young people, I think this is an opportunity for him to change things up now. Show people that he understands the situation that young people are facing in this province, and show people that he understands that it's not that they don't want to work, it's that the jobs are not there, and we can create those opportunities right now.
On another topic, if you don't mind, the Liberals had their nomination contest over the weekend for Scarborough Southwest. That ended a little bit messy. Do you have any thoughts on the by-election to come and where things stand?
Well, I'll let the Liberals sort out their own whatever's going on there. We are feeling really good on the ground. I was in Scarborough Southwest this weekend, and on Thursday night, we had a big canvass, and we've had a great turnout from volunteers, very excited. And what I'm sensing on the doorstep is that people are excited to have their neighbor, who is our candidate, Fatima Shaban, who has been fighting for them in their community and getting great results for years now. And they're very excited about that opportunity to support her. And we have great energy on the doors and in the community right now. So that's fantastic. I would say that I do think there are a lot of Liberals, I sense, who are feeling like their progressive values are not represented or reflected in their party right now at the provincial level. And I would say, like I say all the time, I hope to earn their trust. I hope to earn their trust. I think we share a lot in common, but I don't think they're seeing their party reflect those values right now.
Was that an invitation for Nate Erskine-Smith to join the party?
Oh, I feel like he's got enough on his plate. No, I think, I do sense that there is some disappointment, perhaps, but I see it not just in this one individual race, right? I see this happening. And as I've always said, if you voted Liberal, maybe you voted Conservative, maybe you voted Green, maybe you just don't vote at all. I hope that I can earn your trust and that you'll support the NDP in the next election. And certainly in Scarborough Southwest, we intend to keep that riding orange because we know that it's New Democrats who have been able to deliver results for people there. And let's be clear, this is a riding that has long, deep New Democratic history. This is the riding of Stephen Lewis, the riding of Richard Johnson, the riding of Ann Swarbrick. This is a riding where we've represented most of that riding for many, many years. And I think my sense on the doorstep is that, we're going to fight hard, but that people are counting on us to continue doing that. Okay, great. Thank you very much, everybody.